Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Karen's Kitchen. Got people coming in already. Awesome. There's Erlene. I knew she'd be waiting. I'm doing another recipe from the this deluxe blender, cooking blender book, and this is the one I'm doing. Doing this one right here. Thank you for sharing this out and for inviting your followers. I sure do appreciate it. Because the more people that come in here and see these, the more that can see what I do and how I do it, you know. Hi, good to see you. Yes, I'm in the United States. Yes, I am. Yes, I absolutely am. I get them from all over in here, though. I get them from foreign countries, from Australia. I get them from Canada. I get them from, I even get them from the Arab countries sometimes, too. So I can get them from all over. That's one thing good about Periscope there. You get people here from all over. I'm going to stand here and talk for a little bit to get a little more people in here. What's your weather doing today? We are on the cloudy side right now, but we've got some severe weather coming. We've got frost warnings coming, and we may get down in the 20s tonight. So it's going to get quite cold. So I'm ready for it because I've had my heat on, so I'm getting ready for that. It is what it is. Can't do much about it. Have to deal with it. I just live with it. That's all I can do is just live with it. Things could be worse, I guess. Oh, aloha. I see you're in Hawaii. I used to live in Hawaii for about a year and a half. I loved Hawaii, but it's just so expensive there. Everything is expensive in Hawaii. It's just terrible. The land is expensive and everything you buy is expensive because it's all flown in. Bananas are really high. Milk is high. Well, bananas really aren't high because they're actually grown there. Yeah, right, especially food. Milk, I couldn't believe there was over $4 a gallon for milk. And I didn't buy much milk because it just couldn't afford it. Bananas, we bought a lot of bananas because you have your banana trees there. Bananas are grown there. And we did, my ex-husband did tour the Dole pineapple factory. Now, I never did, but he got to tour the Dole pineapple factory. I think he worked there for a little bit. And he said it's quite interesting to watch the Dole pineapple being canned. Wow, $6 a gallon. Well, everything keeps getting higher and higher and higher. Our cost of living goes up. Where the people that are working, got jobs, that doesn't go up. Their what they get per week or month or however they're paid does not seem to go up. They don't get raises at all. So it's crazy. It really is. It's really crazy. But that's the way it is. But I did live in Hawaii for a year and a half. Oh, I imagine so. I imagine so. Hi, good to see you. Welcome. I imagine it's really hard. We lived on. There's Alexis. We lived on the island of Oahu, and it didn't rain very much. And try to grow things there. Hi, good to see you, Alexis. It was hard to grow things there in Hawaii, but thank you for inviting your followers, Alexis. I sure do appreciate it. I'm going to get ready to come on or do this in a little bit, and I'm going to do this one here, and this is done. This is done on the grind setting. I've never been on the Big Island. I've been on Kauai though. I've been on Kauai. It's beautiful. The Garden Isle is absolutely beautiful, because at one time when I was married, my husband and I, we went over to Hawaii to try to get a house, and we thought we'd live on Kauai, but we couldn't find anything over there, so we ended up on Oahu. So, but everything is expensive over there anyway. I see Linda's in here. Welcome to everybody that's in here. Good to see everybody, and thank you for sharing this out. Thank you for inviting your followers. It's because of you I come on every day. Alexis will tell you the same thing, although she's on break right now. We miss her doing her periscopes, but I certainly understand it. You've got to take a break for yourself once in a while because you can get burned out. And she'd been doing it almost every day since she started, and she was getting burned out, and I can understand why she took her break, and I applaud her for that. If it makes you feel better and you can do a little bit better later, you do it, If you come, well, yeah, maybe not, but it was so expensive there to make a living. My husband at the time was working at at Ala Moana Hotel in Oahu, and I was working at Liberty House. It was just so hard to make ends meet because everything is so expensive there, especially the food. Oh my, it's just horrible. Anyway, I think I'm gonna get this started here. And this is, like I said, this is roasted red pepper and walnut dip. Now I did take and I roasted my walnuts on 350 for 12 minutes. That's what I said, 10 to 12 minutes. I used the Pampered Chef cookie pan, and I put them in there, and they came out real good. I was really happy with that. First of all, got a jar here of red peppers that I bought yesterday. This is a 16-ounce jar. I think I'm going to take my canister off of here. That'll be a little easier to fill it without it on here. That way I won't make a mess. Do this down here so that you can see, and I'll put this down just a little bit. Yeah, you're about right, but we never made that much, I'll tell you that. Okay, I'm going to get me a spoon. Now put in the roasted red peppers. This is a 16-ounce can. Okay, and it also calls for a cup and a half of the walnuts. I measured out a cup and a half. Oh, it does. This called for a cup and a half, and it said to roast them for 10 to 12 minutes on 350, so I roasted them. As you can see, they turned out nice and brown. I did this a little while ago. I wanted to get these done before I came in here. I didn't want to have to do this while I was in here. So while I was getting my lunch on, I thought, well, I'll go ahead and I'll just go ahead and roast these. It won't take very long to get these done. And this Pampered Chef baking pan, it worked really well for these walnuts. And these are organic walnuts too. All right. Now it calls for 2 garlic cloves peeled, and I already did that. I peeled them. These are pretty good size ones. Peeled them like Alexis has done. 2 tablespoons of olive oil, and I'll get that ready. I'll just use this. It's got 2 tablespoons right here. I'll put this back so I don't spill it, because I lost the lid somewhere, so I have to put it back without the lid. Okay, and then it's 1 tablespoon of lemon juice. And it also calls for honey, but I think in place of honey I'm going to use agave, because I like agave too, so I'll just use that in place of it. I'll go ahead and put this back so I get it off of here. Okay, now, and 1 tablespoon of honey. Like I said, I'm going to use agave. So put it on this one. Use agave. This is probably a new bottle. I think it is. Yeah, it hasn't been opened yet. There we go. I'll use this in place of the honey. You can use honey if you choose to, or you're going to use agave or use something else, go right ahead. Feel free to use whatever you want. There we go. Now I'll go ahead and put this agave back real quick. Places for them, and I want to get them put back before they get in spill. Okay, and now I've got to put in 1 teaspoon of paprika. Okay. Where's my little one here? There it is. Okay. This is the teaspoon. Everybody knows this is the teaspoon one. What I like about this is you can take these and stick them right inside the jar. And this is the regular paprika. This is not the smoked. Okay. And then half a teaspoon of salt. The only thing I'm not going to put in it is the red pepper flakes because I don't like heat. So I won't be putting that in there. And the salt, I'm going to use the sea salt. So I'll leave the pepper flakes off. I don't think it really matters. It's for me anyway, so it's going to taste just as good without it. Don't want to get too much on here. I'm going to go with that. I don't want to get too much. You can put it in, but you can't take it out. As always. Okay. All right. Put this down in here. I'll toss this out. All right. Now. People that don't know what this is the perfect, this is Pampered Chef blender. So, and this is a, this is an awesome blender. I'm going to take this off just in case I need my tamper, which I probably will. And this has got to go on grind. Okay. Welcome, Alex. I didn't see you come in. I was busy. Of course, you know, this won't have any heat to it because it's the grind. Wow. Take a look at that, will ya? Woo! Wow, doesn't that look good? I think maybe I don't know if this is going to be big enough. I'll probably have to put it in a bigger bowl. Let me try it. This white one might be big enough, might be bigger. That might be too small. So let me try it with this one. This is all nice and clean now. Put it in here. Let me get a spatula. Well, let's see. My spatula I have, oh yeah, here it is. Here it is. I happen to like this spatula. This is an awesome spatula. Oops, I got it on my book. A little bit on my book. I'll get it cleaned off in a minute here. Wow. That did really well. Wow. Whoops, it's getting all over everything. That's common. It'll do that. Try to get my rag and clean this up. Clean this off my book. There we go. Get my rag and I'll wipe that off the bottom of this because I don't want to get that wet. There we go. I'll just turn this off for a minute and leave that sit. There, now you can see. Let me get crackers or, yeah, I'll get some crackers and put that in there and see what it tastes like. Probably can use a, yes it is. Yes it is. It's got walnuts in it. It's got your roasted red peppers. I've never had roasted red pepper hummus. And I thought I'd try it. Let me see what this tastes like. Oh, it probably would. Fall colors. Oh, yeah. Isn't that awesome? Very awesome. Look at that. Oh, broadcasting. Okay. Oh, yeah, it would be. Yeah, right. With your, carrots and celery. You're right, too, Alexis. Awesome. I'll take care of it when I do the replay. I watch the replay. But this turned out fantastic. This turned out really fantastic. I'm going to go ahead and rinse this out a little bit so I don't need to. I'll be right with you. I just want to rinse this out just a tad. Then I'll wash it out in a minute. But this is awesome. And I like hummus, but I've never had the roasted red pepper and walnut dip hummus. I mean, you can put so many things in here. Like she said, like Alexa said, your carrots. Oh man, this is gonna. You guys are really coming up with great ideas. It's awesome. Yep, you can use, like Alexa said, you can use your carrots, you can use celery, you can use anything in here that you want. Yeah, tortilla chips as well. I do believe I have some. Let me go see if I can find them. I believe I. I have some right here. These will be a little bit better, probably. Awesome. So, if you haven't got this blender yet, host a show and get it for 60% off because it's still going on until, I believe she said November. Or if you host a show, you can get it for 60% off. From $349 down to $139.60. Oh, well, yeah, that'll work too. Colored peppers will really work. This is awesome. I mean, and that's not your ordinary hummus. This has got a good color to it. It's awesome. Now, I didn't put the red pepper flakes in there because this has got enough heat to it as it is. And not too much. Good. This is a very good dip. You probably couldn't have to roast them first. It takes a pound of it, 16 ounces. A cup and a half. And I took my Pampered Chef baking pan that you put cookies in that on, and I roasted them for 10 to 12 minutes on 350. I did that long before I came in here so they would be good and done. Okay, all right. There's one jar. It's a 16-ounce jar of the red bell peppers, roasted red bell peppers. 1.5 cups of roasted walnuts, and like I said, and they're organic. They're just shelled walnuts, and I just took them and roasted them put them on a baking dish. Measured a cup and a half. Put them on the baking dish and baking pan, and had them in there for 12 minutes on 350. They got nice and brown too. And 2 garlic cloves peeled, and 2 tablespoons of olive oil, 1 tablespoon of lemon juice, 1 tablespoon of honey, and I use agave instead of honey, 1 teaspoon of paprika, and a half a teaspoon of salt. And they're supposed to call for a 1/4 cup of red pepper flakes. Now, if you want to use red pepper flakes, go right ahead. I left that out. That's the ingredients. And I'll put this up on my Facebook page and put the ingredient list up there so you can make it yourself. But it looks awesome. It is. It really is. You know, hummus is an acquired thing anyway. Nope. No chickpeas. Not in this. Nope. No chickpeas. Nope. The regular, this one here has chickpeas and Great Northern beans in it, which I have both, which I'll make this someday too. But it calls for chickpeas, Great Northern beans, sesame seeds. But no, this one doesn't have any chickpeas. So that makes it awesome. And I put it on the grind setting, and it came out really good. I mean, look at that, how smooth it came out. It's awesome. Tastes so good. It really, really does. It's amazing what this blender does and what you can do with that when you have it. You can make soups in it, smoothies, your sauces. Now, I made grape jelly yesterday, and I will show that grape jelly to those that weren't in my Periscope yesterday. That stuff is awesome. It's so good. Let me show it to you. And I made it in the blender yesterday. Oh, you do like chickpeas? Oh, there's my daughter. Look, there is the grape jelly I made yesterday. Oh, it's the Pampered Chef Deluxe Cooking Blender. It's an awesome blender. This is the grape jelly. Doesn't that look awesome? I posted this up on my vegan page. Oh, it's so good. Hi, sweetie. Here's my roasted red pepper and walnut dip, the hummus. Didn't it turn out good? It turned out, and I'll tell you what's in it, though, because my daughter just came in. So it's got 16-ounce can of roasted red bell peppers. I took a cup and a half of walnuts and put them on my baking pan, if you want to call it, cookie pan, and I roasted them for 12 minutes on 350. Then I put in 2 garlic cloves peeled, 2 tablespoons of olive oil, 1 tablespoon of lemon juice, 1 tablespoon of it calls for honey, but I used agave, 1 teaspoon of paprika, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and it also calls for a 1/4 teaspoon of red pepper flakes. Now, you can put them in there if you want to. Yes, you can. You sure can. I did. I bought them in a jar. I got them at Walmart yesterday. This is the ones I got. Mazzetta. They were on the very top shelf. I had to look on the app to see where they were at. But yes, you can. You can buy roasted red peppers in a jar. These are really, really good. It turned out really great. And it's great. I'm using tortilla chips on it, and it turned out awesome. It tastes good. Put it on the grind setting. And I thought I'd have to use the tamper. Well, I did use the tamper for a little bit because it started bogging down. But I didn't have to use it very long. But it came out fantastic. And this is awesome. But you can use veggies to dip in here too. It's hard to describe it. You'd have to make it yourself to find out what the taste is. I can't really describe it too well. It's awesome, I can tell you that. It's awesome. Really good. And the roasted red peppers is what gives it the color. Nice fall colors too. You're coming over to have some. You got a long ways to come, Cheryl. It's going to take a long time to get from Maine to here. But, like I said, those that were not in my Periscope yesterday when I made my grape jelly, this is how it came out. Then in the refrigerator. It's awesome. Actually, it's very good. It's not bad at all. It's not what you call real sweet because you didn't put that much agave in there, but it's awesome. I think that kind of goes in there with everything. It's very good. You basically taste a lot of the red peppers. Or you could probably still use red bell peppers if you just have to go and take them and roast them. Yes, it is. Okay, Earlene, I understand. You take care now. But you can probably use fresh bell peppers if you want to. You just have to make sure you got 16 ounces and roast them real good. Put them in your oven. Probably put them on 350 for not very long to roast them. But I find it's a lot easier to have the roasted red peppers in your jar. And then you don't have to bother with that, you know. I don't know. Because when I roasted the walnuts, I only roasted them for 10 to 12 minutes. It said 10 to 12 minutes. I put them on 12 minutes at 350. So, I don't know. Just have to play it by ear, I guess. Just start it, do a few minutes at a time and see what they come out like. Because I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I've never done it. That's why I bought the red peppers in the jar. I thought, well, I'll get the roasted red peppers in the jar and won't have to deal with it, But I love the colors. Look at that. That's an awesome color. Beautiful fall colors. I mean, the colors of the leaves are changing outside, and this matches the color of the leaves. I wasn't sure what I was going to do, and then I thought yesterday when I went to Walmart, which I took the book with me. I find it's easier if I have to take the book, put it in my purse, and if I want to make a few things, then buy the ingredients for it so I have it. So I bought the ingredients for that, bought the ingredients for the other hummus, and then I think I bought something else too. I'm eventually going to make the ice cream, the mango and peach ice cream, but it's been a little cold for that lately. I do want to make the alternative milk, the almond milk, but I keep forgetting to get my almonds out. You got to get them out overnight and soak them. So I'll have to do that when I go to make that. You have them soaked overnight. I bet you would. Oh, man. It didn't cost near that much here. I'm not sure exactly what I paid for it, but I can imagine $6 and yeah. Everything's high in Hawaii. Oh, man. Yep. Yeah, this is really good. It's a soup day in Connecticut. Awesome, Cheryl. I love soup. Well, I had tomato soup. I opened up a can of tomato soup that it was a box, it was an organic box of tomato soup I had, and I just put it in this little thing from Pampered Chef and heated it up on the stove and had that for lunch. So I could come in here and already have my lunch and don't have to worry about that. Because I wanted to make this because I thought this would be awesome to make. I love this blender. I'm really getting, yeah, we're going to be really cold tonight. We're going to get in the 20s. We're going to get in the 20s. So we got a frost warning coming. So it's going to get really bad. So I'm prepared for that. I've had my heat on, so I'm prepared for it. Oh, you're very, very welcome. And I'm going to post this on, if you're not a member of my Facebook page, then you can join my Facebook page. It's called Karen's Vegan Heaven. Join it, because I post recipes in there. Erlene posts recipes in there. When we ever have recipes to do, we post them in there. Oh, yeah, it is. On a hot or a cold. I eat soup even in the summertime, but not as much because it's just too hot. So this is called roasted red pepper and walnut dip. This is awesome. Yeah, and I will show you the picture of it. This is, see that right there? This is what I made. And it's a smaller picture of it. But, my Facebook page, Karen's Vegan Heaven. And it was a name that Alexis made up. Or she said, well, how about this name? And so it stuck. Yes, Karen's Vegan Heaven. Ask to join. There's some questions you have to answer. And answer the questions, and I approve you. Yes. Karen's. It's Karen apostrophe S. So you'll get it. Close enough. But anyway, I love there's the bigger picture of the yes, that's it. This is the dip I just made, and then there's a regular hummus. This takes chickpeas as well as northern white or the northern beans, plus it takes sesame seeds, not the tahini, because most of your hummus takes tahini, but that's what tahini is made from, is sesame seeds anyway. And I got them in the jar at Walmart. They're toasted, but they're still white, so there's nothing, you know, they don't look any different. Yeah, that's it. That's it. But I do post my recipes on there because there are people that like to find new recipes to do. And by me posting it on there, it gives them something new to do. As I took and I posted my grape jelly from yesterday. I posted that up there, and it came out nice. You can see it came out really nice. If you want to make the grape jelly, just go on Karen's Vegan Heaven and see how I made it. Yeah, I know. But you know what they say? A good cook always tastes her food. So I had to taste it because I figured if I didn't taste it, somebody's going to say, well, what does it taste like? So I thought I might as well dip into it and let you know what it tastes like. And it is really, really good. It's awesome. Hi, good to see you. Welcome. You know, I don't know. I don't know. It doesn't say. It doesn't really say. It does not say. So I don't know, but I'll probably eat it up pretty fast. I've got a lot of veggies. And I found a trick on Pinterest that you can do with your veggies, like your carrots and your celery and stuff. When you get them, take them and wrap them in aluminum foil. That keeps them from spoiling. Because my cucumbers and that stuff, zucchini, love to go south fast. You just wrap them up in foil, and it keeps them for a little while longer. So I learned that when I was on Pinterest one day. I found that tip, and I sent it to my daughter, and it's an awesome tip. Also, there is a YouTube video for those that have the Splendor. There is a YouTube video, and I showed it to my daughter yesterday, that it tells you how to deep clean your blender. It tells you what to do if you get scorching in it. You put ketchup in it, and it shows it's only 2 minutes and 38 seconds long, but it goes through everything that you need to do to deep clean it. Cucumber salad, yeah, I have. Yes, I've made it with vegan mayo. Yes, that's all I ever buy is vegan mayo, but you can make your own too. I'm surprised the Pampered Chef hasn't got one for the blender. Maybe they'll get one someday, but there aren't a lot of recipes for this blender yet. But I know it is, but should be coming out with more. Who sells the Pampered Chef? Alexis Can Do is in here right now. She is the consultant. If you want to host a party or be a consultant, just check with her. Look at her profile and tap on her profile. She's got a Facebook page. She can set you up. I got this blender because I hosted a party earlier in September, around the middle of the month, I believe it was. And I told her, I says, I want to be able to get this. I know you're here, Alexis. That's what I was telling you, you're here. I was able to get the blender at 60% off because I knew it was coming out September 1st. And Alexis had hers, and I'd already seen how she used it and everything. So I wanted to get it. So I says, and I had enough to get it because you have to have $200 minimum to even get anything at 60% off in the first place. But I went way above that. So I said I want to get it. So I ordered it 60% off. It was originally, this blender is $349. I got it for $139.60. That is a very good deal, a really good deal. It's an awesome blender. I like it because it blends and it cooks at the same time. Whereas your Vitamix does not cook your food. It only heats it up with friction. You know, as the longer the blades go around, the hotter your food gets. However, there's a trick to that. If you're going to make soup, you better have your water as hot as you can get it so that your soup doesn't come out cold. Because that's been my mistake in the past. Now, I made a tomato soup in yesterday, and it was okay because I kind of got the water as hot as I could get it and poured it in there. And it was fine because steam was coming off the top. Do they have juicers? Pampered Chef, the only thing they have is a citrus juicer where you squeeze like this. But an actual electric juicer, no, they don't. Maybe they'll come out with it someday. But they don't have that now, no. You know, hard to say. They do have the quick cooker, if people know about that, the pressure cooker, which is like the Instapot. And now they have the, you have your blender. They have several electronic tools. Yeah, you never know. I did not even think that Pampered Chef would come out with a blender. I was totally surprised when they did. When Alexis had said they were coming out with something electronic, the first thing my daughter said, watch it be a blender. Boy, did she ever get that right. Because when we found out that's what it was, I says, wow, they got a blender. That's true. They do. They remove, yes, they do. And the pulp is what's good for you. And that's the problem with the juicers. You don't get everything. That's why I like the Vitamix or use this blender. You're going to get, hi, good to see you, welcome. You're not going to lose that pulp because the pulp is real important. You don't want to lose that. Because I used to have a juicer when I was married. I can't remember what it was. That gymnast. Oh, he used to be a physical fitness, and of course he passed away in his 90s. I used to have his juicer, and it was lost a lot of pulp. It was a good juicer, but you just throw so much away. Yes, you're supposed to have the pulp in it. You want the pulp in it. You don't want to lose that pulp. And everything, when you have a regular juicer, you lose that. Now, if I put an orange in the Vitamix, or you put an orange in this blender, of course you peel it, of course, you're going to get the pulp and everything into your drink. And it was a juice master. His first name was Jay, I think. It was a Juice Man Juicer is what it was. It was a Juice Man with Jay Cornish or something like that. But he lived to be in his 90s. He was a physical fitness instructor. Oh, that was a good juicer, but I just didn't like the fact you lost a lot of pulp. You had to throw so darn much out all the time. With the Vitamix and with this blender, you're not going to have that problem. You're going to have everything there. It all goes in it. You don't lose anything, except the peeling. You don't want the peeling in there anyway, but that's the most important part of the whole thing is the pulp. Yep. Jack LaLanne, that's right. You're right, Jack LaLanne. I couldn't think of it. That's it, Jack LaLanne. Yes, he had a Juice Man juicer. And it was a nice juicer, but like I said, you lost so much because you had to have behind the chute. You had to put a plastic bag into the container and you throw the thing out, and it was awesome. I mean, it filled up so fast, Like I said, it was okay, but you had to plunge all the juice down into it. Who wants to go, hi, good to see you, welcome. Who wants to go through all that work? Just put everything here in your blender, your pitcher, turn it on to the smoothie setting or whatever the setting you might be doing, and let it go. Set it and forget it almost, unless you have to add ingredients, and then you're right there to do it. But it's real simple. You don't lose anything with the Vitamix or this blender. Well, no, there's nutrition in the pulp too. You don't want to lose that because if I watched enough Vitamix commercials when I was contemplating getting the Vitamix, and on there that's for QVC, and the guy that was demonstrating the Vitamix, he was showing how a regular juicer that you throw a lot of the stuff away that you should not have to. I mean, he packed that Vitamix full, and there was nothing left. There was no seeds around the blades, no strings or nothing, and you got a good benefit from everything. Yeah, it's amazing though. Everybody thinks that the pulp isn't very good for you, but that's where the best thing is. When you do your zest, you see that white pith. That's good. You leave that pith on there. Yes, it's in the skin. It's in the skin of the pulp. Yeah, absolutely. You leave the pith on there. The pith, that's what they call it. So when I peel an orange, I leave that pith on there. I leave as much pith on there as I can. I don't know why people juice. I guess they just didn't realize that you lose so much. That's what the juicers aren't good. But if you get a Vitamix or you get this blender, or Any blender where you can mix it all up, you'll get everything. You'll get the benefit of everything, you know. So a lot of people that juice yet still don't realize that they're losing a lot. They're losing a lot of nutrition by throwing the pith away and the pulp away. You don't want to do that. Why throw it all away? You know, I don't want to throw it away, so I've chosen to now use my Vitamix or use this to make sure I have everything that I need. Yeah, it's true. You can spend a lot of money on a juicer. Absolutely. It's funny, but I did not know that at the time when I got the Juice Man juicer, the Jack LaLanne Juice Man juicer, that it was going to do that. But once we started using it, we realized you're throwing a lot of the good stuff away. And you don't want to do that. So get yourself a blender like this. You won't throw it away, or Vitamix or whatever you want to use. I like both of them. I'm not going to say the Vitamix is bad. The only thing is, like I said, when it comes to soup, it will not get it as hot as it will the blender because it only heats it up with friction. And if you don't have your water real hot, like boiling when you put it in there, you're not going to have steam coming off the top. That's the only bad thing about the Vitamix. This, you don't have to worry about it because it it heats it up to 212 degrees for your soups, which is awesome. It makes your glass container, and this is a glass container for those that may not know, a glass container, which is very heavy. It's got a handle here that you can hold on to because it gets real heavy when you get it full. And this is awesome. I love the container. This is roasted red pepper and walnut dip. It's actually a hummus. That's what it is. I made it in this blender on the grind setting. And I'll tell you what it has in it since you just came in. It has 1 can of the roasted red peppers, and this is what I use. I use Mazzetta. It's a 16-ounce can. That's what it called for. And it took 1.5 cups of walnuts roasted. What I did is I bought shelled walnuts, and I roasted them in the oven. I put them on my cookie sheet for 12 minutes on 350, and it roasted them. Got them good and brown. I knock away all the food. That's funny. 2 garlic cloves peeled, and I took the knife and hit that with my hand. 2 tablespoons of olive oil, 1 tablespoon of lemon juice, 1 tablespoon of honey, and instead of honey, I used agave nectar. You can use honey if you want to. There's no saying you have to use. You can't use honey. I use it sometimes, so I chose to use agave nectar. Then 1 teaspoon of paprika, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and it's supposed to be 1/4 teaspoon of red pepper flakes, which I didn't put in here because I don't like the heat. But that's all that's in here, and it come out a beautiful color. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? And you can dip your carrots in here, your celery. I'm using tortilla chips too. Anything that you have, you can put in it. It would be awesome. It's a real good dip. Have something. Have be good on a salad too, or with next to salad. Yeah, I know they say it comes from the bees, but I still use honey periodically. But I chose to put agave in here instead of honey. So you can do whatever you choose to do. Either one will be fine because there's not going to be much difference in the sweetness anyway between your honey and your agave. So it's not really going to matter. It's just your preference. But I chose to use the agave. So that's what I chose. So you take the recipe and you tweak it any way you like because they're meant to be tweaked. You're not always going to find everything in there in the recipe that you particularly want to use. So you leave something out if you don't want to put it in there. Or if there's something you really like, you can put a little bit more in it. Like Alexis, she likes garlic. I like garlic. I could put a little bit more garlic in there, but I thought, well, I'll just go with 2 cloves because they were pretty good size. But I didn't put in the red pepper flakes, which is fine for me because I don't like the heat. But somebody else might love it, and they'll want the heat, and that's fine. Go ahead and put them in there. It's totally up to you. But you take it and you do that recipe what suits you, because we don't all like the same things. You know, what a crazy world this would be if we all liked the same thing. It would be really weird, wouldn't it? You know, because I might like something you don't, or you're going to like something I don't. So therefore, you tweak it to your liking. I'll put, like I said, I will post this up on my vegan page, and I will put the entire recipe the way it is in the book, and I will tell you what I substituted or if I left something out. I didn't substitute anything. I just left the red pepper flakes out, and I will put that in there that I omitted it. But it's a simple recipe, not that hard to do. I'm sure that when you start making this, you're going to really like it, because if anybody likes hummus, it's a staple in your household. And my daughter, she loves hummus, so I think she'll make this because she's got the blender. So she'll make it. She'll just get herself a jar of the roasted red peppers and make it. It's awesome. It really is. I love the color. It's just, it's really amazing. You know, when you start making things from scratch, I have the most fun making things from scratch. I don't like making things where I just dump it into a bowl and put it in the oven. That's no fun. I like making things from scratch where I add things to it. You know, that's what I like doing. It gives me pleasure. It's a lot of fun. I don't want to sit there and do a cake mix where I have just add egg to it or something, which I don't have eat eggs anyway, but just add a few things to it and put it in the oven. That's no fun for me. I like making things from scratch, so that's why I do it. Add it to your grocery list. Yeah, sweetie, you're going to have to. I know, and you'll be the only one to eat it, because I know Sean won't eat it and the boys won't eat it. I know that. I can't remember what I paid for the red pepper, the roasted red peppers. I really don't know. Yeah. See, there's a lot of things that you make, but it'll be good because you eat it enough, so it won't last you very long anyway. You start taking it, your carrots, celery, whatever you have, and dipping them in here as a snack. Be really good. Now there you go. That works too. Absolutely. Whatever you want to use for it, go right ahead. Any veggies would work, I believe. Any veggies that you like. Carrots, celery, cucumbers, zucchini. Any of them would be good with it. Yeah. Of course, in my house, I'm the only one here, so I don't celebrate that. But if you have game night, you celebrate game night or whatever, yeah, it would be. Just set it out on the table and, people dip into it. Yeah, there you go. And it's not going to last you very long if you've got a family, it probably won't last me long because I'm going to start using this as a snack and getting my carrots and my celery out and just start dipping them in there. It's awesome. Just take and make it and see what you think of it. See how you like it. Like I said, if you weren't in my scope yesterday, this is my grape jelly. Isn't that awesome the way it come out? I posted this up on my page this morning. I don't think I put it up on YouTube yet. I got to do that. I got to put it up on YouTube yet. But it's an awesome recipe. That was a simple recipe. I only used 1 cup of the Concord grape juice. And then I used 2.5 tablespoons of the original pectin. And that's what's in the yellow box. And then, because there's a low sugar, that's in the pink box. And that's what Alexis had used when she made the low sugar strawberry jam. There was a regular strawberry jam and the low sugar. She made the low sugar one. Yeah, they are. They would be real good in this dip. Because my son, he says he likes to take cucumber slices in his lunch. He's been eating real healthy lately because he's on Weight Watchers, so he takes cucumbers in his lunch. Well, by themselves, they wouldn't be as good. If you had a dip like this to put it into, it'd be awesome. And I know Alexis, she takes a lot of that stuff for lunch. She takes veggies in her lunch. This would be good for her lunch too. Put it in a little bowl, like a prep bowl or whatever. Put it in the center of her container or whatever, and put her veggies in there, cut up like little celery sticks or carrot sticks or whatever, and dip it in there. Oh, that would be a good lunch for sure. But I like coming in here and making different things because I'm always finding something new, something that didn't even know existed out there. But I've been going through this the book. I keep this right by me, and I look through it every day to see if there's something else I want to make. Of course, There's some things in here I wouldn't even try. Now this you could try if you want to make pancakes for breakfast. This, you can mix it up in there and then put it in your skillet. I might do that someday too, maybe off camera to see how they come out and then do them on camera one time, but that looks a little different. There's one thing in here that doesn't appeal to me, and that's this here. I think it's got rice in it. It didn't appeal to Alexis either, so I think I'm going to forgo this one. I don't even know what it is. Horchata. I think I'm going to have to do a Google that one to find out what it is, but that doesn't appeal to me at all. Now this, that does. You got your smoothie bowls. These look really, really good. Got your green and your purple, you know, and they got the recipes. This one is the green mango coconut smoothie, and then you have the blackberry cashew smoothie. They both sound really good. I haven't got the ingredients to make either one of those, but I want to try those. And then you just put bananas and maybe more blackberries and stuff on top. Look at here, they got an avocado, a kiwi. Got a kiwi on this one. It looks like they got some strawberries. And you can decorate it any way you want. Oh, did she? She's tried that? You know, it doesn't look appealing to me at all, Alexis. If you want to try it on your Periscope, go ahead and try it and let us know how it tastes, because I'm a little leery. Let me see what it does have in it. See if I can figure it out. Yeah, it's got uncooked long grain white rice, 5 cups of water, 1 cinnamon stick, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and 1/2 cup of sweetened condensed milk. I don't know. I don't know about that. It doesn't sound too bad, but it doesn't look that appealing either. Oh, it's called horchata. This is what it is. It's horchata, and that's what it looks like. When I saw this in here, and Alexis showed it in the book, she said it didn't appeal to her either. And I thought, well, what is that stuff, you know? Probably does. You're probably right. It's supposed to be a white drink, but, you know, but I don't think I'm going to try it. I'm not going to try everything in here. I'm not going to try the mushroom bisque soup. And I won't try that either, but I want to try a lot of things in here. I do have, I want to try some of these smoothies. You got the strawberry banana smoothie, you got the tropical mango, you got the blueberry peach smoothie, the super green smoothie, and the cucumber melon smoothie. Those all sound good. I've got a cucumber, and I have to get a melon for that. But I do have the mango and peach that you can make in the ice cream. There's an ice cream in here, a peach and mango ice cream, and I believe it's 1 cup of mango and 1 cup of peach. Yes, it is. It's 1 cup of mango and 1 cup of peach, and I think 1/3 cup of your milk, alternative milk, and you put it on the blend at 3, I think on number 3, and it comes out, yeah, here it is. 1 cup of frozen mangoes and 1 cup of frozen peaches, which I do have that, and 1/3 cup of your alternative milk, and you just put it on custom blend 3. And Erlene had made it, and she said she had to use the tamper quite a bit. But when you get this blender and you have to use the tamper, don't let the tamper scare you, because you're not going to ruin the tamper, because you cannot run this without the lid. You have to have the lid on. So you just take the cap off. You just take this cap off and you put your tamper through the cap, and it will not touch the lid. I know it scares some people, but you really shouldn't let it scare you. Now the Vitamix, the bad thing about that one is they don't have it set so that you can't use it without the lid, because you can use that one even with the lid off. And that's why I tore the tamper up that one time before I gave the Vitamix to my daughter, because I forgot that I had the lid off and I was trying to tamp something, and instead of starting it and leaving it off and putting the lid back on, no, I started tamping, and it caught the tamper right in the blades, and I says, oh no. So I stopped it immediately, and I managed to get it out, but it chewed it up, so I went and ordered one through Amazon so she'd have a new tamper. But that's what's bad about the Vitamix. You've got to leave the lid on. That one you cannot, you can use it without the lid or with the lid. To me, that's not a very good safety feature. It needs to be changed where you can't use it unless the lid's on. That's what I like about this blender. If the lid's not on, it tells you so, and it will not start. You can't push the start button or anything with that lid off. I like that feature. If more blenders would have that feature, you'd have a lot less problem, because you won't ruin your tamper, because your tamper does not come even to the blade. when you have the cap on, your lid on, you take the cap off, that just comes just a little bit above the blade, about like that, and it doesn't even come anywhere near the blade. It doesn't touch it. You don't want to touch it because those blades are going so fast in there that it'll spin and it'll just catch it right in there and tear it up. You don't want that to happen. So that is a good thing on that. I just wish that the Vitamix would change their engineering on them. Maybe they will someday, but for right now, I have to remember, if I'm going to tamp anything in there, I better make sure my cap is on. The lid is on, and take the little insert out and use the tamper that way. You know, you live and learn. That was a mistake I made, and I'll never make that again. But I was in a hurry. I was doing something, and I was in a hurry, and I was trying to get it done. And I just made a big mistake. But, you know, I caught myself, and I says, well, gee whiz, this should not be made this way. It should be engineered differently where you can't use it unless the lid's on tight. You know, you can't take the lid off during the listen here, you cannot take the lid off during the process. Vitamix, you can. You can take the lid right off when it's working, and it still works. You know, I don't like the way they did that, but that, you know, that's the way they made it. You just have to be a little bit more careful with that one than you do with this blender. However, I'm not saying that you can have problems with this blender, because I was reading somebody had just got their blender the other day. They've got a Facebook page for this blender. And I joined it, and somebody had just got their blender. It didn't do anything. They plugged it in, they turned it on, they had the lid on and everything. They were going to deep clean it, and it wouldn't even come on. They couldn't figure out what they had done. It didn't trip the breaker or anything. Everybody kept telling them, well, you may have to contact your consultant or contact the manufacturer and have it replaced. I mean, that would be disillusioning to get one and it didn't work. I mean, that's possible. That's always possible. And I mean, the Vitamix before this, and not the one I gave my daughter, but the one I bought afterwards, it didn't work. It didn't work when I got it. Water all over the place. It leaked like a sieve, so I replaced it, and then I got the one I've got now. That does happen, but it's annoying, you know, to buy something like that. They just got their blender and were ready to use it, and nothing. Dead as a doornail. Makes you wonder what in the world is going on. Unless they didn't have it seated on here properly. Because if you don't have it seated down here properly with all the connections, that could be too. Because you got to make sure you get it seated down here. Because this has got a connect for your electric connection. Oh, they say, yeah, that's true. Yeah, they send returns back out. Right. But they can easily return it. You know, and I think they would hate to return it because they just got it and they were wanting to use it. But if it doesn't work, it's no good to keep it, you know. That's always the thing in the back of my mind when I get something. Is it going to work properly? But you know something? I've never had a problem with anything not working. You know, if I didn't like something, I returned it. But I've never had a problem with anything not working. You know, the quick cookers worked like a charm every time. This has worked like a charm every time. Everything I've had, oh, thank you for the super hearts. Everything I've ever had has always worked like a charm. It has never failed me yet. So, and I'm so glad, you know. Thank you for coming in. And what you see here is a roasted red pepper and walnut dip, a hummus. And I can tell you exactly what's in here. It's a very simple recipe. It's an awesome recipe to make. I highly recommended it. And this is what it looks like right there. It has 1 16-ounce can of roasted red peppers, a 1.5 cups of shelled walnuts. And what I did is I put them on a your flat pan, you know, your cookie sheet. I'll say that, cookie sheet. Spread them out on the cookie sheet. Put them in a 350-degree oven, which is, this is what I use, my convection one. Because my other one doesn't work yet. Put it in there, 350 degrees at 12 minutes, and they got them toasty brown. Nice and good. Then I put in two garlic cloves peeled. Didn't mince them or anything, just got the peeling off of them. 2 tablespoons of olive oil. 1 tablespoon of lemon juice. 1 teaspoon of honey. And in place of honey, I used agave nectar, but you can feel free to use honey if you choose. That's solely up to you. I do use honey from time to time, but I chose to use agave nectar this time. 1 teaspoon of paprika, regular paprika. 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and I use the sea salt. And it calls for 1/4 teaspoon of the red pepper flakes. I don't care for those because that's too much heat. But if you want to put them in there, feel free to do it. And I just set it on the grind setting. Hi, good to see you. I just put it on the grind setting, and use the tamper just a very little bit, and this is what I got. A real nice smooth hummus. A real nice smooth hummus. You can use it for your cauliflower, broccoli, carrots, celery, cucumber, zucchini, anything you have. Tortilla chips is what I'm using right now. Anything you want to dip in it, you can dip in it because it's an awesome dip. Hummus seems to be a staple in a lot of people's a lot of families. It's awesome. And I'll use this for a snack because I'm always trying to find a snack to eat. I don't want to overindulge, so this would be good. Just put it in a little, like a prep bowl or something, and get some carrots and celery out and dip them in it. Be fine. You know, they're proportioned out, so it'll be awesome. But I just wanted to show you, this is very, very simple to make, and I made it in the Pampered Chef Deluxe Cooking Blender. So if you're interested in the Deluxe Cooking Blender, get with Alexis, who happens to be here right now. Yeah, the one cup prep bowl. Yep. If you're interested in hosting a party or being a consultant, contact Alexis, who is in here right now. She will set you up with either a party or being a consultant. That's how I got my blender at 60% off, because I hosted a party in September, around the middle of the month, I think, something like that. Not sure the dates anymore. And I told Alexis, I says, I wanted to host a party in September because I knew the blender was coming out, and I says I would like to get it at 60% off. Hi, good to see you. It is. It's really, really good, Bruce. It's really good. It's roasted red pepper and walnut dip, Bruce. Oh, you're trying to figure out what's for dinner? Oh, have fun with that, Alexis. Let's see, what did you say? What slices did I use? I'm going to tell you how I made this, Bruce. I didn't use any slices, but I'll tell you what I used. Your favorites. This calls for a jar of your roasted red peppers, and I got those at Walmart. And I roasted my walnuts for 12 minutes on a cookie sheet in a 350-degree oven. 2 garlic cloves peeled, 2 tablespoons of olive oil, 1 tablespoon of lemon juice, 1 tablespoon of honey, which I did not use honey. I used agave instead of honey, but you can still use honey if you want to. I'll put that in my recipe, the way it was written, and I will also tell you what I used if I substituted, and I'll also tell you when I omitted, which I did. I omitted the red pepper flakes. It also has your paprika in it and salt and the red pepper flakes. But this is a real good hummus. It's awesome. You can dip your, like I said, your cauliflower, little, florets in it, broccoli, your carrots, your celery, your whatever. And it's zucchini. And I've got cucumber and zucchini I can dip in it too. But this is good for fall. Look at the fall colors. And I wanted to make something that was very colorful and pretty. And this matches the leaves falling outside. The leaves are that color, falling off the trees. It's got such a pretty color, and it was so simple to make. That's why I decided to make it. I just had to go and get the red peppers. I didn't have those, and I bought me some extra walnuts. I bought some organic walnuts, and I thought, well, I can roast those real simple. So before I came in here, while I was getting my lunch on, I decided, well, I might as well just roast the walnuts and get them done. They got nice and and toasty brown like they're supposed to, and it worked out really, really well. This is a simple recipe. Yeah, you can. Yep, you can. You like your celery, carrots, cauliflower, broccoli, your cucumber, zucchinis. You can slice them up and dip them in that. Be awesome, And you could put this in next to a salad too. I wouldn't use it for salad dressing because it's not really meant for that. But you could put it on a plate of next to a salad or whatever, or whatever you're having, And whichever way you want to use it, that's how you use it. Now, my daughter's family, there's 4 of them, but she'd be the only one to eat it. So she'll make it for herself, and she loves roasted red pepper hummus because she made some in the Vitamix, and she said it was so good. Well, now she's got one to make in this blender, and it's very simple. It didn't take very long to make. A little more than 2 minutes, and it was done. 2 minutes. And it goes on the grind feature. It came out perfect. As you can see, it came out perfect. This is awesome. It really is. I hope that you guys try this. Make it for yourself and see what you think. You might really like it. You know, I wasn't sure I was going to, but I tasted it already, and I really like it. And if you weren't in my Periscope yesterday, I'm not sure if you were, Bruce, or not. Oh, it is. This is my grape jelly I made yesterday in Periscope. If you weren't on my Periscope yesterday, I made some grape jelly in this blender. This only has 3 ingredients, and it's awesome. I used 1 cup of your Concord grape juice and 2.5 tablespoons of your pectin, which is fruit. Put that in there, put it in the blender, and let it blend until it says add. And then I put in 1.5 cups of sugar. Now, I did not use regular sugar. I used cane sugar. Of course, I know you'll probably use date sugar or date syrup or whatever you have. But it come out so good. Oh, you did? Well, you go back and watch yesterday's, but this is how it come out. After putting it in the refrigerator, this is how it come out. Doesn't look good. It's awesome. It just tastes so delicious. It was very simple to make. And I bought these jars specifically for stuff like this, and it fits just perfect. Just perfect. Couldn't been any bigger or any smaller, but it's so good on toast. Because I forgot to eat it this morning because I had a bowl of cereal this morning, so I didn't eat it this morning. But I'm going to have it. But I did taste it. I did taste it before I put it in the refrigerator, so I know it does taste good. So I'll have some tomorrow for breakfast. But I wanted you to see that you can make hummus in here. Hummus is simple to make. You got sauces, you got your smoothies, you got ice cream, which Alexis has made ice cream several times in the blender. I have yet to do that, but I will do that. I got the mangoes and the peaches, and I want to do that. But it's been getting so cold lately, I don't want to get brain freeze. So I may forego that until springtime comes, but then I probably won't be able to wait that long, and I'll just fix it anyway. So anyway, I'm going to get off of here in a little bit because I've got some dishes I have to wash, and I want to get this kitchen cleaned up. So I'm going to make this my final shot. So I hope that you all having a great and marvelous day. And oh, did you? Awesome, awesome. Oh yes, it was awesome. The caramel banana ice cream was really, really good. Oh, yes, it is. It really is. You can make ice cream like that in this blender as well. So, with that being said, I'm gonna close the scope up now, and I thank you all for coming in and sharing this out. Just being here, because it's because of you I'm here, and I wouldn't be here if I didn't have you on the other side watching me, encouraging me, and coaching me to keep going. So thank you very much for that. Thank you for the hearts and the super hearts. You guys are absolutely wonderful. And I hope you have a great and marvelous day, what's left of it. And until we meet again, take care. God bless. Bye-bye.